I was part of the government in 2008, don't throw things at me, that brought in North America's first revenue-neutral carbon tax, right here in British Columbia, and I'm very proud of that, I have to tell you. Now, why am I proud of that? Because it was revenue neutral. What does that mean? It means that by law, every nickel that came in under the carbon tax had to be returned to you in the form of lower personal income taxes and lower business taxes, because we wanted to make sure it was a tax shift, not a tax grab. What I worry about with a lot of politicians when it comes to the environment is, it always somehow ends up being taking more money out of your pockets. And people get angry at that, and they get resentful. And the revenue neutral carbon tax, I'm sorry to say, is no longer revenue neutral, because when the NDP got in power, the first thing they did is said, no way we're giving money back to people, because they don't like that. That's called a tax cut. They don't like reducing taxes. And so they're now taking it all into government. And it's billions of dollars. And I've been very clear, in the first 90 days of becoming Premier of this province, we're going back to revenue neutral, and that is billions of dollars, by the way, that's going to go right back into your pocket in the form of lower taxes, and it will be immediate, and it will be noticed. And it's the right thing to do, because it's a tax shift. So, thank you. But you know, there are other things we can do. We are blessed in British Columbia that all the natural minerals and resources needed to get us, the planet, to that green future are actually located right here in the province of British Columbia. It is an unbelievable gift. We have an opportunity to help the world transition to a greener future. So for example, in China and India, where coal-fired power is their mainstay for generating power, it is the dirtiest form you could possibly imagine. Very bad for the planet. But we also have liquefied natural gas that we can transport to China and India, transition them off of their coal-fired power, and that is the equivalent of reducing emissions by 50%. And some purists will tell you, well, that's still not good enough because you shouldn't do any fossil fuel production here. But I say we have an obligation, because we are part of global citizenry, to do our bit. And you know what? A 50% reduction in Asia is like parking every car permanently in Canada. That's a pretty damn good outcome. So I say let's do it. Let's help them get their way. And the other thing is, a lot of the natural resources we have, whether it's copper or palladium, whatever the case may be, that are needed for batteries and windmills and solar panels and all the rest of it, are found right here in British Columbia. And we sustainably mine it. So let's make sure that we're getting those resources from a place that sustainably mines it, not like some of these places in the world that exploit workers, have no environmental sensitivities whatsoever. That's our added advantage that I think can help us solve a lot of these problems that the world's grappling with.